Good morning, guys. I hope it's starting off well with your cup of joe with vanilla latte from Starbucks. I hope it's going great. I hope it sips well, and I hope it's warm because it's cold outside, so you shouldn't be drinking a cold coffee. So this week we've been talking a lot about fasting. You know, what fasting is, why we should do it, and the real purpose of what fasting is. I know in culture we hear a lot about the Daniel fast, of how our teachers or our parents might be doing the Daniel fast, but we really want to hone in on what fasting really is and teach you guys what it is. So Craig started talking about his steak and what he wanted to eat with his steak and how he desired his steak. And I'm the same way. I want a steak as well with my food, and I desire that steak. So there's a lot of distractions in our life. There's a lot of things that control us, like social media, things like our phone or secular music, whatever it is. You know, it can be a distraction, and that's why we fast. Fasting hones in on what controls us, what distracts us from what God is doing in our lives, and refocuses our mind on Jesus. Even Jesus fasted, and you see in Matthew chapter 4, verse 1 through 4, the whole story is 1 through 11. I recommend you go read it right now, but we're going to focus on 1 through 4. It says, "Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was really hungry." I mean, think about it, 40 days and 40 nights. I joke about it a lot, but we can't even go 4 minutes without wanting a snack. He went 40 days and 40 nights without eating. The tempter came to him and said, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread." Even when you're fasting things, even when you want to take a second and hone in on what God is doing in your life, even when you're trying to fast, the devil wants to tempt you to go back to those things that you desire, right? But this is what Jesus did. Instead of taking those stones and turning them into bread to feed his hunger, his desire to eat, Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." What Jesus did, he took that temptation that the devil was trying to tempt him with, like, hey, I know you went on social media, I know you're fasting it, I know you're trying to refocus your mind on what Jesus is doing in your life. The devil wants to be like, okay, I know what you're doing, but what do you think Jennifer's doing? What do you think Ariana Grande is doing on Instagram right now? I'll click on that and see what's up. See, the devil wants to tempt us to go back into those desires that we have that distract us from God. But Jesus answered that temptation with scripture, and that scripture rebuked the devil. And when you're fasting, you start realizing, okay, I can see how much this thing is really in my life and how much it can control you. So as you're reflecting on what on your fast, and as you're reflecting on what fasting is, what is your fasting teaching you? What is something that you're learning about that fast? How much does that thing you're fasting really control you? And when you're done fasting, are you going to go back to spending 20 hours on your phone, or are you going to reduce it to maybe 10 hours instead of 20 and spend more time with God? Check out Matthew chapter 4, 1 through 11. It's a great story. You'll learn a lot from that, and it's just something that we need to study more because it's such a great story. Hope you guys have an amazing day and enjoy your vanilla latte from Starbucks. Deuces.